Hi, this is Surya. Welcome back to Beyond Classroom. By now, you know the main question types and the key distinction between them. This video is about the language itself, the small words and clever rewording that determine whether you get an answer right. Today, we are focusing on two skills: understanding qualifiers and seeing through paraphrasing. Once you master these language clues, the answers become much easier to find. Let's get started. There are two primary ways the test uses language to hide the answer. First, qualifiers. These are little words like all, some, often, or never that fundamentally change how strong a claim is. Changing just one of these words can turn a true statement into a false one. Second, paraphrasing. The correct answer is almost never written in the exact same words as the passage. You have to match the underlying meaning, not the vocabulary. Both of these skills apply equally to true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given questions. Let's look at them one at a time. Qualifiers tell you the precise strength of a claim. They measure quantity from none to some to most to all. They measure frequency from never through sometimes and often all the way to always. And they measure certainty from cannot to might to should to must. Here is the rule. The extremes, words like all, every, only, never, and always are your danger zone. If the passage only says something happens sometimes or often, a question statement that claims it happens always is a mismatch that usually results in a false or no answer or sometimes a not given answer. A statement often becomes incorrect when a weaker claim in the passage is turned into a stronger one. Now let's talk about paraphrasing. The correct answer is almost always reworded. Forecast becomes predicted. Disappearance becomes vanishing. So don't hunt for identical words. Hunt for matching meaning. But be careful, the reverse is also true. Words that match the passage perfectly may still lead you to the wrong answer. They're often used as a decoy, appearing in a sentence that actually means something different. One more thing, be careful when a statement gives a reason that the passage never gives. If the passage doesn't explain why something happened, you can't assume the reason yourself. For example, a statement might say X happened because of Y, but the passage only says that X happened. If the reason Y never appears in the text, the answer is not given. Let's put qualifiers to work. Read this short factual text. Deserts are often imagined as vast seas of sand, yet sand dunes cover only about a fifth of the world's desert area. Most deserts are rocky or stony. Temperatures can be extreme, and while many deserts are scorching by day, some, such as the Gobi, become bitterly cold in winter. Rainfall is always low, but it is not always absent. Brief downpours occasionally bring sudden flooding. Pause the video here and decide if these three statements are true, false, or not given. Pay close attention to the qualifiers. Let's check your answers. Statement 1. Most of the world's desert area is covered by sand dunes. The passage explicitly says sand covers only about a fifth, and that most deserts are rocky or stony. The statement's use of most directly contradicts the text. So the answer is false. Statement 2. Some deserts experience extremely low temperatures at certain times of year. The passage notes that some become bitterly cold in winter. The soft qualifier matches the text perfectly, so this is true. Statement 3. Deserts never receive any rain. The text states that rainfall is not always absent and that downpours occasionally cause flooding. Because they do receive rain sometimes, the absolute word never is contradicted. The answer is false. Notice how a single qualifier decides the whole answer. Now let's look at paraphrasing. Read this text. When e-readers were introduced, many experts forecast the rapid disappearance of the printed book. Decades later, that has not happened. Sales of print books remain strong, and in some countries they have actually grown. E-readers are valued for their convenience while traveling, but they have never matched printed books in total sales. Pause the video and analyze the meaning rather than just matching vocabulary, and decide on your answers. Let's check the answers. Statement 1. Printed books did not disappear, despite predictions that they would. The passage tells us experts forecast the rapid disappearance, but that has not happened. The statement uses completely different words, but expresses the exact same meaning. The answer is true. Statement 2. Sales of printed books have grown in every country. The word grown matches the passage perfectly, but look closely at the scope. The passage says it grew in some countries, not every country. The words match, but the meaning doesn't. So, the answer is false. Statement 3. E-readers have not matched print sales because they are more expensive. The first half of this sentence is completely accurate. They never matched print in total sales. But the reason given? Because they are more expensive is completely missing from the passage. Because the text never supplies that cause, the answer is not given. Always match meaning, not words, and never assume a reason the text doesn't clearly state. Those are the key language clues to watch for. Remember, qualifiers control the strength of a claim. Always watch out for the extreme words. Paraphrasing hides the correct meaning in new words. Look for the main idea, not matching vocabulary, and never invent reasons the text never gives. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.